All right, we're live again. I got got everything worked out here. let let me check everything so I can see. Oh, okay, yeah, got everything going. Let me just check on here. You know what? I thought about it, guys, and I think the reason why it was so screwed up was because of I think it was because of this thing. This thing's only like $5. I'm sure it would like explode under certain conditions, and yeah, this was plugged, like the Bluetooth was connected to the phone. I don't know if that would screw it up though. It's the thing that I don't get. Hope all is well, David. What's up, Chad? Way better. Okay, I have this. Um, yeah, but I think what happened was I connected this to my phone. I might have to do another test stream after or tomorrow, but I think it was this connected to my phone, and this is only $5, and I think it was screwing up the audio of my phone somehow. Because I've been every single live stream you guys have ever seen me do on the Red Elephants have been on this phone. So if the audio is garbage, it had like the only thing you could add to the equation would be this. This is the only new thing there is. Maybe I should have turned it off, and then I would have seen, but. No, I mean the main thing. Hey, what's up, Anthony? The main thing I really wanted to test was I wanted to see if this would work. It did work. I played some music on it, but I wanted to see if text-to-speech would go through. Hey, what's up, white guy? Is that a new case? What this? This is a speaker. You can't use a earbud mic. I don't have them. I have that one mic, that black one, but it's not at my house. Am I welcomed here, Zeus? Hey, this is I said Knickers are all welcome, all the Nick Fuentes fans. I have this on. Bruno, Brienne is in the house. Chad. I watch other streamers. I've heard them talk about the importance of quality speaker. So the cheap speaker probably caused it. Yeah, it was probably the. Hey, look, guys, I'm a capitalist, so I was trying to do it the cheapo way. Obviously, I had to like spend like $50 probably. Oh, coffee. I remember, guys, as a kid, Melba, Go Geek, not expensive. I remember as a kid, guys, my mom worked in the mall, and I would, single parent household here. Don't mess with me, guys. I'm crazy. Aaron, what's up? Is there soy in that, David? Says coffee, milk, sugar, maltodextrin, pectin. I think that's a B vitamin, natural flavor, whatever that means. So no soy, just like water and milk mainly. I need to get back into drinking coffee. I love the smell of it. That's one of my favorite smells. But to get back to the story, as a kid, I used to spend a lot of time at this mall that my mom worked in, and there was a makeup department, and outside of it there was a coffee shop, and I could just always smell the aroma of the coffee. And I don't know, like every time I smell the coffee, it just smells like home to me. We know the struggle is real. Yeah, it's really bad for me, guys. Like, I used to do the Red Elephant stuff, and you guys would send super chats, and it was part of my income I had coming in, and well, that, and then I help out with political campaigns and things like that. I had a normie job for a long time that I didn't like, and then once I got into who's that? Cast Stimulite. Welcome. To anybody that I think is new, I try to welcome you guys in here. Sub if you guys can. I'm trying to hit 10K. I had a normie job for a long time, working for a city. Didn't like it, and then I got into politics, and then job opportunities started to get thrown at me. So I have worked in the past 2 years. I think I've worked on like 4 or 5 campaigns. So I jumped from political campaign to political campaign. It's kind of what I do. And then I've been doing this live streaming thing. You know, I don't really ask you guys to, but you guys love sending me donations, and you know, it's really fun. It's really fun. That's the main thing. It's really fun. If I didn't have fun doing this, you wouldn't see me here. You wouldn't see me at protests. You wouldn't see me at Berkeley getting bombs thrown at me if it just wasn't fun. How young are you? I think if I were to just give you an answer, I feel like it's kind of boring. I think it'd be a little bit funner if I made it mysterious. I'll say that I'm in my 20s. I'm in my 20s. Some people, when my hair gets long and it gets like what some people like to say, it gets lesbian looking like, and I wear some like clothes that I still have from high school, I've had people say that like aren't you in high school? I've had as low, and this was like 2 years ago, I've had people as low as say 16 before. Did you meet Andy Worski from Char? What's up, Char? Info. Oh, what's up, Iwani? I have not met with him. Super goofy Lego hair. Yeah, he's young. He's young enough to want to meet, to seem older. We love you and all you do. So glad you told us about Omar. You guys didn't know about Omar until me? A lot of good people in here. This will tell me what cartoons were popular when you were a kid. Okay. Red Elephants. Lit 23 full. Oh, thank you, so Melba Crush, for the $5. If I don't answer your question, just keep spamming it, because the screen I'm looking at, like, I can see your comments, but they'll just wear off. I'm still with the Red Elephants. I like the live stream, and we can't live stream because we have a strike on our account because people mass reported us. So there's nothing for me to do on the Red Elephants. You guys won't see me until April, and then from what I've heard, in April we're gonna start doing some debates. We're gonna have some people on. It's gonna be a really good time. I'll be the JF on the show, so you guys will see me there. Let me ask, cartoons. That was a really good question. Cartoons when I was young. I used to watch Toonami. That was my favorite thing. Toonami, Adult Swim. They used to have like Yu Yu Hakusho and That's why I saw Dragon Ball Z was on Cartoon Network. Nickelodeon used to be good. I think I started watching when SpongeBob first started, and it was really good. I haven't really watched it, but lately, but it just, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm older. But it used to be the best show, SpongeBob, when it first started, and then the movie was crap, complete crap. Like, it made me sad. Like, what? You're gonna kill SpongeBob? This is a kids movie. Like, why you gotta make it sad? Like, why not just make it funny? Are you a race realist like JF? Look, I live in LA. Everyone here is a race realist. I've never understood how that was a crazy thing to know that there's differences between the races. Like, yeah, I would say, honestly, me and JF have, like, basically the same political beliefs, I would say. I think we're both libertarian nationalists, so. Do you believe in the horse theory? I don't know what that is. I used to be a Colts fan, though. Toby Robertson gave that speech in London. What's up, James? Toby Robinson, man. He's one of those guys I want to meet. That guy's so ballsy. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten ass to the face or anything. I don't know what the horseshoe theory is, Zeus. You're going to have to explain it on here. Giants fan? Well, I wasn't just a Colts fan. Like, I liked Peyton Manning because I got introduced to him through this game when I was little, and he played the Buccaneers, and this was after they won the Super Bowl, and he came back like 30 points, or I don't know, 40, came back 30, 40 points, and I was just, as a kid, I was just sitting there. I had like we didn't have cable, I had like the satellite thing, and you had to hold it a certain way to watch, and I was sitting there watching, and I was watching it, and I was just like, wow. Like, I've always liked the underdogs, and he came back like 30, 40 points, and I just was like, that's amazing. And it was mainly him, like Peyton Manning. He just throws the ball. I mean, he's like a sniper. So ever since then, I liked him. And then I found out that actually I have a large portion of my family living over in his town. So I actually had a jacket at one point that was actually from Indianapolis. So I have family there. I'm not just one of those bandwagon people. I liked him. I liked when he came back for the Denver. They were my team. And then once he went, I'm not into sports anymore. It's just too politicized. I see politics everywhere now. But I guess I would root for Tom Brady if I had to. But I don't really care about that stuff anymore. Tommy Robinson will speak at Speaker's Corner next Sunday again. Oh, that's awesome. I want to watch that. Horseshoe theory is like, imagine the political compass looking like a horseshoe where the far left and far right are closer than you think. Oh, is that where people are like, because I know skeptics are always saying things like, oh, well, they basically say the alt-right people are basically SJWs because if you believe in the horseshoe theory, then they're like right next to them. I don't know how to define it because I know the alt-right defines themselves by like a compass on degeneracy and traditionalism, but then most conservatives and people like that tend to look at it as government. If you're big government, you're on like this side, and if you're for low government, you're on this side. So I don't know. It just matters what your priority is. I mean, I would normally go with the government thing, because it's like if you're going by traditionalism, then like the Nazis and the alt-right and these people, they're far right. But if you go based off government, then because they want bigger government, I'm just going according to Richard Spencer, then that means they would be like here's like the left, and they are kind of close, I would say. I don't really know. I don't think I believe the horseshoe theory though. They think monarchy is leftist because my big government. But see, that's the difference. Some people think it's, like you're probably going based off, correct me if I'm wrong, Zeus, you're probably going based off traditionalism, or degeneracy and traditionalism is your thing. So according to that, technically you would be far right then. Or you'd be, if you like monarchy, then you'd be over here. Lisa, well, hello, not welcome. I recognize you. It's funny how the left tends to love government. The more forms, taxes, regulations, restrictions, the better. I don't know. They do and they don't, because I've heard a lot of like moderate Democrats, I would say, are leaving because of tax reasons. But at the same time, it's like, why aren't you guys, if you're not voting Trump, then don't cry to me about taxes. Don't cry to me about your business being destroyed because of regulations and climate change and, environmental things, Don't cry to me about that. You either on our side or you're not. That's how it is. And people try to say, oh, there's a middle ground. Oh, the majority of the people are in the middle. Yeah, no, they're not in the middle, because those people have to vote left or right. If you want to waste your vote, waste your vote. But either way, all that matters is the left and the right. That's it. Chad. I would say on that, it was just over some leaks that happened in a Discord over like a text message that was taken out of context, and he got he spurred out on it. And you guys know me, I'm not a cock. So I'd say that's what happened. Those Democrat politicians will be glad to tax you. They want your money. Bruno knows what's up. They want your money. They want your guns. They want your rights. They want your vote. They want everything from you. These people want... look, they want one party. They want one party to control the entire United States. Evan Water, what's up? Welcome. Evan Water, he's leeching off CX now due to YouTube ban anyways. Who are you talking about? Zeus, we've been over this. Why don't we keep talking about the horseshoe theory? If you want to talk about that stuff, we'll do it in Discord. Are you going to get Harim on to debate? Who should he debate? But anyone that votes left must be either low IQ or love being controlled. I think most of the people, they just want to get along. They want to be attacked. They just want to be left alone. And when these people attack them, then they get scared. It's just all monkey stuff, you know? It's like there's an alpha in charge, and he'll hit you and he'll bully you down if you don't do what he says. So then most people just say what he says. Like, that's really what it is to the majority of people. Like, majority of people, they don't care. They'll say anything you want them to say. Like, look at all the governments. Like, I mean, today we're talking about how trannies are supposed to be accepted in society. Harim should debate a pro-DACA leftist. I don't know. I don't think Harim is like he's not really a debate kind of guy. He's more of the like IRL type of guy. You know, he's more of a warrior. Like, you know, he's kind of, you know, scream and he'll stand his ground, and he's one of those guys. Like, I don't know, I could ask him, but I don't know if I want to do that on this channel. Oh, guys, if any of you guys want to have these discussions also without being on stream, you guys can join our Discord and we talk about whatever. Like last night we got into some argument over some whatever stuff. So if you guys want to join, someone will post a link in here. Now, Harim's a good guy. He's he's been doing this stuff before Trump. Before Trump, him and Arthur, they've been out there for a really long time. I jumped into this because I thought this was way too crazy. You know, this wasn't talking about taxes anymore. This wasn't talking about how much government we should have anymore. This was talking about getting rid of guns. This was talking about legalizing illegals. This was talking about you're supposed to have sex with trannies. This is about like crazy stuff. Crazy. Like, if you're not up and doing something and they're turning little girls into little boys because they said they like the color pink, I don't know what you're doing. I really don't. And then when it finally hits you, you're going to complain. You're going to try to fight. But because, you know, you didn't fight when the opportunity was there for you to actually do something, you decide not to. So now it's just you versus the whole world, and you're going to lose. The white elephants. I spoke to Arthur on the phone. Oh, awesome. Harim has a whole life experience he draws from when he speaks. If you're a Christian like me, it boils down to evil against good. Yeah, I could see that. I've never been super, like, I used to be super like religious, super Catholic, and then I got away from it, and now I'm starting to slowly come back to just religion in general. And I have to say, when you know, you see these like Bible thumpers calling people demons, and then you look at what's going on to the people that side. Like, if you just look at like the Democrats and like the Pizzagate stuff, and then you look at like the degeneracy and where it goes and the people involved, and it really does. Like, when I look at the Podesta brothers, I see demons. You know, I really do. Harim was woke up by Rush Limbaugh years ago. Yeah, Larry Elder was the one I got really woken up to about conservatism. Pedo priests. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think with priests, for instance, they need to be able to get married. For them not being able to get married, I think. But then at the same time, like, then that starts like a whole conversation on like sexuality. That's just weird. Like, a new study came out that I saw. I don't know how biased or if the information should be real, but it was saying something like no one is 100% straight or something like that. So it's just another one of those conversations. Milo's priest. That whole thing, I actually made a video, like a year ago or whatever, and I was actually defending Milo on that because I didn't hear pro-pedophilia, but I'll tell you guys, I've heard from sources to me that actually know Milo, and they were saying that basically he's done some sketchy stuff with possibly underage boys. So I don't know. Well, I defended him because I actually watched Joe Rogan's podcast and I saw the information and I didn't see him saying anything about pro pedophilia. He wasn't talking about, he said that when he was younger, that he was going after older guys, which is, I mean, he was a kid. It's not like he was an older guy talking about how he was going after kids. And then he said that in the gay community, there's a lot of like pedophilia going on. I mean, they just made a Hollywood movie about the relationship between an older gay man and a young, basically, boy. And then in the conversation with Joe Rogan, he was talking about that kind of relationship between them and the gay community, you know, the connection to pedophilia. And he was saying that he thought the age was where it should be legally. But even then, in most countries, the legal age is, I think in UK, where he's from, the age is at 16, the legal age. So I didn't see anything really wrong with it. The thing that I heard what was wrong with it is people that were close to him were telling me that he's done sketchy stuff. So yeah, people were saying that that he's done sketchy stuff. But of course, there's no hard proof. So I would rather, you know, Milo was one of the reasons that he made, you know, this kind of stuff cool. He made politics cool. He made conservatism cool. He made the right really cool. And so I would say he was one of the strongest factors for why I'm in the movement. So, you know, unless there's something major out on him, unless there's something super conclusive, I'm not going to totally disavow him either. So I know what you mean, Melba. Step by Step, what's up? He made Trigglypuff. I thought Steven Crowder did that. I know Milo was there. It was Milo, Christina Hoff Sommers, and then Steven Crowder. But I thought it was Steven Crowder that really pissed her off. Milo exposes pedos. Chad, I believe it's no different than being a drug addict. It is a perversion of the mind, and after a while, just gay sex is not enough, and the only thing to move up from there is pedophilia and bestiality. New Pliskin, what's up? What did Milo do that 10 million investment? From what I heard, I thought white guy, what's up? From what I heard, he had all these parties and all these things, and basically he used it all. Some people have said this. I heard this from Mike Enoch, or at least this was his opinion on his show, where they said that he just blew it out on drugs, and then after but he lost all his money because a video came out where Richard Spencer was in this restaurant that Milo was at when he was giving a speech. So the Mercers decided, oh, white nationalists, and they dropped him. That's what I heard. So the Mercers are okay with pedophilia claims, but if you're in the same room as Richard Spencer, nope, that's a no-go. Take all your money. That's why Milo has his own show. That's why he's doing what I'm doing, because that's the only way he's going to make money. Yeah. But I don't know. It's a whole kind of debate to me. I mean, that could be debated in some ways. Hey, get Omar and Maxine to debate. I wish I would, but here's the thing. You guys don't like that stuff. You guys don't like all this normal political stuff. All you guys like is all the race stuff. You guys don't like this stuff. Because I had a stream where we had General Flynn giving his first ever speech. He's such a controversial figure. And like, I barely, well, how many views did I get that stream? Like 150 or something in total? No one gave a shit. So even if I had like, this is the only place, hi Linda, even if this is the only place to watch stuff, I don't think many people would come. Like if it was just my camera and Maxine and Omar, I'd probably get like 200 views maybe. The race stuff is a forbidden fruit. You can't say that stuff anywhere else. Well, look, that's the only reason why people like me have a platform. You know, I tried the whole gaming approach when I was younger. Didn't get anything. But then, if you think about it, there's like barely a handful of young people that are speaking out about this. So the only reason you guys are here is because no one else is doing it. So yeah, it is a forbidden fruit. Cast Stimulate. I watched the Flynn stream. I know you guys did. You guys are cool people. I like all of you guys. That's why you guys are in my Discord and we chat, and I respect all of you guys. I know you guys are always there. I'm just saying, like, I'm just talking about people outside, you know, our little circle outside the white elephant, you know? I'm only here to shame your cringy viewers. I don't know why you do what you do, Zeus. You're just a troll. Yeah, I know you guys are here. I'm just saying, like, you know, I think most people, like, let's say, um, if I had, let's say I had Larry Elder, and I was interviewing him, big person, but because we're not talking about controversial stuff, I'd probably get like, I think I'd still get a few hundred views. But if I had Richard Spencer on here, all of a sudden now I'm in the thousands. Like, I guarantee you guys that. There's a reason why some of you guys know me from doing that big event at Maxine Waters' house. Some of you guys know me from there because we did that whole stream. And then some of you guys know me from the White Privilege Seminar, you know, that got around. Like, I heard even like the Daily Stormer wrote about it. So it's like, you know, I'm doing what I normally do, but certain groups like certain parts of what I do, it seems like. And I think that's why there's like fighting in here. Race doesn't matter to me. Yeah, I mean, there are genetic differences that science has shown between races, but the main thing is it's not really a race issue. It's more of a culture and a values issue, and that's the problem. That's the main issue. Because, you know, certain people teach their kids certain values and certain cultures, and then some of those things, you know, it causes too many differences. And when you have these groups that have all these differences, then you can't bring them together. Like, I would say, look, it's not like there are race differences. Like, whites and blacks have different bone density, have different gray matter amounts of it. You know, some are better, different IQ scores. Obviously, they die of different things. Blacks tend to have higher chances of heart disease. Like, Ashkenazi Jews have higher rates of like Alzheimer's and mental illnesses. You know, certain people can drink milk, some can't. So those are, you know, enzyme differences. You know, some are better at certain sports. You know, different kinds of things. And the main thing, though, is the culture and the values, the traditions, the religions. That's the main difference right there. That's the main thing. But different races tend to have those differences. They tend to have different cultures, different traditions, different religions, and that's what makes everyone like on different sides of aisles, different values. Like, some groups, like, they're told immediately when they come into this country that, look, you're not an American, you are this, and we're just here for the economic reasons. That's it. Once those reasons are gone, we're out of here. I've talked to people in Inglewood, and they've told me this stuff. That's the mindset. I'm closer to Mike Tokes' politics from Iwani. Yeah, I can see that. I don't think that'll work because I don't think that'll ever work. Kind of like what they brought up. I mean, you know, blacks in America have been here since basically the founding, and I don't see any way to get them back. They'll never come back to the, you know, from, you know, Dinesh D'Souza said that they were Republicans for a very, very long time because the Republicans are the ones that freed them. But then they switched during the New Deal because of the economic benefits of the New Deal, because of, you know, them trying to help with the economy and the depression and those things. So basically certain races are just like, look, if you're going to give us economic, you know, incentives, we're going to take that, you know, whereas the Republicans don't have anything to offer other than like tax breaks. And they've been brainwashed to see that as, that the 1% are going to make more money. And they don't understand that the whole point of that is, yes, they make more money, but it's supposed to trickle down. You give these people more money who have money that know what to do with it, and then they're going to invest and they're going to make more businesses. They're going to do more things with it. But that's the main thing with the race thing. That's what I always say. I say it's not about race; it's about culture and all these and all the differences. We want to bring people in this country that have similarities, not differences. And it's never going to be perfect. I understand. During the founding, the Italians, Irish, all these groups, they didn't like each other. They had brawls and stuff. But let's be honest here. Europeans, no matter the differences between the French and the Irish and the English and those divisions, they're still more similar and closer than, let's say, a Frenchman and an African. It's just it's too different. And then there's most people are visual, and there's visual differences. So that's the thing. There was a reason why immigration was made, to bring in Europeans since the founding, all the way up into 1965, where they changed it to bring in basically 85%, everything else, that's not white, everything else. Through some studies that I've seen, it tends to show that, big surprise, Europeans tend to get along better with Europeans, and Asians are also very compatible. Actually, according to Fuentes, Zeus is going to like this, in relationships, Europeans and East Asians tend to get along better than Europeans and Europeans. So maybe in the Hapa master race, maybe I'm giving an argument for that. People are different. Yeah, people in general are different, but I'm not saying like it's going to be perfect. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying we have to make it as close to perfect as possible. That's what I'm saying. That's really the argument, is what I'm making here. There's also a lot of studies and stats that I've seen that certain groups like to vote certain ways. Some group, and it's like, are we really going to try to, are we really going to try to like red pill all these people? Like, I just don't see it happening. Because at some point, these people are going to respect their family more, and their family says, the rich are these people. The Republicans are just rich white men. They hate you. They just want to get rid of you. And then they get all angry about it, and then they see the people like them getting killed, and then they hear all the fake news about, the cops are just racist. And I don't see that changing. I mean, I don't see that changing in any way. And playing victim when they attack us, that's not going to help either. It's just going to make us look weak. We're just going to keep giving up ground because we're scared to, stand up for ourselves. I don't see it happening. I don't see civic nationalism being the thing that does it. That's the thing. Amnesty won't magically red pill recipients. It won't assimilate overnight. Look, I'm all for it. I don't discriminate. Like, look, when I see someone, I'm not an idiot. I'm gonna assume that they are, I'm just gonna assume it based off what someone looks like, based off how they're dressed, their race, their gender, how they look. I'm gonna judge them based off that, and for my own safety, this is how people think in their head, whether they admit it or not. And you're going to you're gonna judge them, and you're going to assume probably the worst of them for your own safety. And then once you meet them, and then all of a sudden they start breaking down, and you're like, oh, okay, you're not like whatever you are. You're not that stereotypical whatever. And then you could judge them based on an individual basis. But until you know them on an individual basis, it's always safer to assume the worst of them, right? And that's how people behave. I think even Trevor Noah admitted that on a Daily Show. I remember he was saying like, "Oh yeah, even at night, if I see a black person, even I'll cross the street." And I'm like, this is one of your biggest the biggest people on your side, and that's what he just said. So. Yeah, I won't say that, oh, look, we're not accepting these people in our party or whatever. Like, I'm all for it. Like, basically, all the right-wing people, they're all assimilated. That's what we want. But here's the thing. What are they? Like, 10% of blacks, maybe 20% of Hispanics. It's, Oprah said old people are racist and need to die. It's not a big surprise. These people get away with everything. Imagine if I said that, or Milo said that. My comment on amnesty is based on people who don't want to assimilate. I would say most people. Most people tend to not assimilate. I would say there's too many differences. There's too many differences when they get here. I mean, I went to San Diego, and big surprise, you see all the Mexicans there holding up Mexico flags, and then they're trying to burn. They were burning MAGA hats. They were trying to burn American flags. Of course, it wasn't all Mexicans. We had a lot of good Mexicans on our side too, but it was like what? I mean, we had what, like, let's say if there was a whole crowd, we have what, 10, 20% of the Mexicans, and they had like 80%. Yeah. Do you ever see that switching? Because they don't even see their people. Once they see like Kareem walking around, they don't see him as a Mexican or whatever he is. They don't see that. They say, oh, you're a race traitor. You're an Uncle Tom. You're a coon. You're self-hating. They don't see them anymore as their people. They don't listen to them. They don't, because the minute they see them saying something they don't like, they're like, oh, you're not a real one. You're not a real one. Yeah. So I just don't see any way of getting most of them over. Exactly. It's about how people are brought up. Yeah, but most of those people tend to be brought up a certain way, and not only that, but I think there's just, there's just a lot of differences. I think the visual is the biggest one. When you grow up as a kid, I mean, I've watched videos, and you grow up and you see people like ask a kid, "Oh, what do you think of this person? What do you think of that one? What's the good person?" They have like a bunch of skin colors of dolls, and they say, "Oh, the bad one's the black one." And even they had black kids saying this. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know if that comes somehow from the household, or if that's something ingrained just in like. Because if you think about it, you look at yin and yang. And good is the light, and the darkness is bad, and it's always been like that. You look at just in like religions. The bad is it's like hell. It's dark and it's fiery, and you look into heaven and it's light and it's white and things like that. And it's not just in Christian stuff. It's like all in religions. It's everywhere. Like that's just how it's always been. Do you think DACA children suffer if deported? Well, first of all, there's no DACA children. All these DACA recipients are like my age. I probably grew up with a lot of them. So they're all about my age. They're all adults. Not only that, but if they love their country so much, if they're walking around with their Mexico flag doing that, if they hate Trump so much, if they think America's so racist, why not get the hell out of here? I don't get it, I don't see what that is. Stop worrying about people who would care about if you are a minority. Yeah, there is no kids. And not only that, but they keep telling me, oh, look at all these DACA people. They all have like PhDs and bachelor's degrees and all this stuff. And I'm like, hey, that's great. Mexico needs these people. They look, we need to invest in other countries, right? If we want to make these countries great, which is good for us. If they're not great, then they start bringing people over here. Drugs are coming in here because there's all this corruption, all this bad stuff. Let's give them some high IQ genes. Let's bring the good genes over there. Let's throw them over there. Like, stop taking the good genes, legal immigration, which is let's take the best and bring them here. But if we take the best and we bring them here, we take all the best away from these garbage countries, shithole places that need these people. And big surprise, what happens? A bunch of low IQ terrorists and a bunch of gang members take over these countries because there's no good genes there. There's no smart people. There's no successful people making moves. They're all here making moves. And so that causes problems for us because all these people are taking over these places, and then we got all these low IQ people that are threatening us in our country. And it's like we should leave them there. No more taking the best. Let's leave the best in those countries. We want the best to be leading those countries, and there'll be less danger. There'll be less terrorism. There'll be less. Let's be honest. There is no president in control of Mexico. It's the cartels. We want people that are smart, that'll know they'll have ways to get rid of these people. And instead, we just take all the smart ones and they come here. And then, yeah, I'd rather invest. My form of investing is send them back to their countries, and we're putting in good genes because these people have PhDs and stuff. They'll make businesses. They'll make innovations for their country. That's what I would rather have. Have you been watching too much InfoWars? I see. InfoWars is good. I mean, that's not what I watch all the time or anything. One of my friends, Zachariah, he's the biggest fan. Buys all their products, gets all their stuff. I have a lot of respect for people that are just super into something, you know. And yeah, you know, I listen to them, and I listen to everybody. You know, I listen to whenever Richard Spencer gives a speech, I like to hear what he has to say. I listen to Milo. I listen to Alex Jones. I listen to everybody, you know. I got into this whole political game very late, and I didn't know what I was talking about. I never said, "Hey, you got to listen to me. Everyone else needs to shut the fuck up." You know, I didn't do the best in political science in the past, and I don't stick my nose up to anybody really. I try to listen to everybody. I haven't watched the Young Turks in a long time, just because, you know. But I'll watch clips of them, even though they're like complete retards. I listen to Ben Shapiro. I listen to like Jared Taylor. JF, the Andy Worski streams, anyone that goes on there. Thank you, Bruno. Guys are too nice today. Well, look, guys, Skinny, Zeus. I don't agree with everything everyone says, but I try to have I'm very pro diversity when it comes to thought. I like to listen to everybody. I think that's the best way. I think that's what everyone should do. Everyone should look at both sides. I tell everyone that. I say, look, go follow InfoWars, go follow Young Turks, look at both sides, and then do your own research. I think that's the best thing you could tell anyone. You should make fun of them for it too. Rosie O'Donnell, welcome. It's ideology, not skin color or ethnicity. Yes, but ideology tends to come from skin color and ethnicity, not on like a genetic level, but just from like parents teaching their kids certain values. So race and ethnicity are connected to ideologies and values and cultures. Hapa-chan, you are an asshole. Explain 90% of blacks voting for Obama then. No, guys, 100%, 100%. Races are very tribal, 100%. I had a friend of mine, nicest guy you'd ever meet, Asian guy, nicest guy. We used to go on trips together and stuff. And once I started getting into politics, he was like, "Oh, Trump's racist." Ho, 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 ho. And I was like, what? And we started talking about local politics. And all of a sudden, he was telling me, I was like, "Who are you going to vote for? Are you going to vote for this guy or this guy?" And one was a white guy and the other one was Asian. He said, "Oh, I'll vote for the Asian guy." And I said, "Oh, why is that?" And he says, "Oh, because he's Asian." And I said, "Wait a second. Don't you see that as like racist? Right? Didn't you say that Trump's racist because like he's getting mainly votes from white people? Isn't that pretty racist that you're going to vote for an Asian just because he's Asian?" And he says, I don't even know what he said after that, but it wasn't anything good. Will, what's up? People say Alex Jones talks about reptilians, but he never did. I don't know. I'm not a scholar of InfoWars, so I can't say anything. But I will say this. Alex Jones red-pilled me on the frogs are gay. Because I watched a video of him going over it step by step, and every single time I paused the video and I looked into the source that he brought, and I did everything, researched everything, and it came out all to be true. So, came out to be true. PJW is a cuck. I think he is, yeah. But he's still got the best material out there, though. Vikings death. Welcome. Hey guys, subscribe if you haven't. My goal is to reach 10K. I think I'll add something on here that says like 10K or, goal. Well, We'll show it. That's my goal, though. Until the red elephants come back, this is my personal, and that's what we're trying to do. Victor Rossi, what's up? Yeah, so for the people that watched, I was gonna try to test this to see if I can do the text-to-speech, but apparently it like screwed up my phone. So I believe there's a black conservative movement afoot. 2020 will be revealed. Look, guys, I'll say this. I'll say most white people tend to support low government. If you guys join the Discord, I could show you stats on this stuff. But we're open to everybody. All right, see you, Zeus. We're open to everybody. If you're up to me, anyone on the left, deport them. Who would be for that? Just deporting everyone on the left, all the leftists. Who would be for that? Press 1 if you want to deport all the leftists. That's what I will want, because I think all the people on the right, they all have their heads on straight. They're all clean looking, mentally strong people, and everyone is assimilated. Everyone's assimilated. That's what we should really hold. Baked Cheddar, what's up? Yeah, deport the left. And that would actually, if you think about it, that would that everyone would like that. The conservatives would like it. Libertarians, right-leaning libertarians would like it. The alt-right would like that. Everyone would like that. Everyone would like that. That's what I say. I don't know what to say about Putin, but I would have to say that when I look at his values and the way he lives his life and the way he holds his ground against the globalists, I have to say, man, that's how he's been running his country. I'm not for big government, but I would be okay with it with certain leaders because, as Socrates says, I think he was saying that the best kind of leadership would be, you get the philosopher king, right? You get one person, give him all the power, the King Arthur, the Jesus Christ, give him all the power, and then he makes all the right decisions and brings us to a utopia. Yeah, Putin, yeah, cat stimulant. Putin is alpha. Yeah. He is. Have you guys watched a documentary on him? He works out every single day. I think he does weights. He swims, and he does judo. And I think he wrestles with bears or something. I say deport anyone that does not support the American way of life. Yes, that's what I would say. I would also say what we need to do is we need to, we have to super support states' rights to the point where you don't allow people into your state anymore. I think people need to very much govern their places. And you're starting to see it. You're starting to see ideas for New California. California seceding. Texas is wanting to always secede. Hearing about these things. That's what's going to happen in the future. Everyone's going to take their piece of the pie, and everyone's going to start to say, hey, out of here. Get out of here. You're seeing it on a global level right now. You're seeing Brexit saying, let's get away from the EU. Fuck you guys. You're seeing it with Poland. And you see them saying, hey, screw everybody. This is our country. Poland first. You're starting to hear all these places all about first, all about us. People are saying no more of this, I let all these people into my house. I was nice. I was a good person. And now I'm being taken advantage of. And I'm a good person, but I'm not a fool and I'm not an idiot, okay? And I'm not going to let people take advantage of my country anymore. And that's what you're really seeing is this global consciousness inside, I would say it's inside Europeans right now, mainly, because Europeans are the ones getting hit in Europe and in America, in South Africa. It's just there's a collective consciousness in Europeans that is being attacked right now, and everyone's waking up at the same time. And yeah, they don't want to be fools anymore. They don't want to be taken advantage of. I mean, just look in this country, right? You have emergency rooms, and they can't say no to people. So how do illegal immigrants, they don't have any money or insurance or nothing, so they just walk right in and say, oh, it's an emergency. They get taken. How much of our money is being spent on that? How's it going, Blade? I want to come live in USA. Anyone have a job for me? England sucks. Oh, man. If I actually had white privilege, If I had a lot of money, I would take you guys in for sure. I would take in all the South Africans. I'd hire. That's what I would do in my business. Ken 93. That's a troll right there. That's a troll that doesn't have a life. That's why he's on here instead of out working or doing something. $6.3 million jobs. You know how many jobs we would have the minute we just start kicking out all of the illegal immigrants? All of them. It's like 50,000 Irish here. It's a lot of Chinese. A lot. Thanks, man. My white privilege gets me nowhere. It's the opposite. White privilege means people just hate you for being white. Because if you think about it, in America, all the wealth is basically with Asians, Indians, the Jews. I think whites are around the middle if you check in a Pew Research on wealth and race. Yeah, if you look at it, it's funny, and I want all you guys to look into it. Don't just listen to me. Look into Pew Research on race and IQ, and also race and wealth, and it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. You have like blacks on the low end on IQ and on wealth, and then you have Hispanics, same thing. Then you have whites in the middle. Then you have like East Asians, and from what I've been told, I haven't seen research on this, but from what I've been told, Jews are at the top. I haven't seen research on it, but no one ever says no to that, except for like Fuentes. I think he was saying that there's other groups that have, I forget who, but someone else has like something. David, I write, I read it. Come to Southern WV and show me white privilege. I'll kiss your ass. Yeah. Asians. Yeah, Asians are really high up, but if we were to talk about the JQ, I would say, why isn't there East Asians in positions of power? You don't see them. You don't see them on the news. You don't see them in Hollywood. You don't see them in academia. Like, they're in there, but I'm saying like they don't control anything, stuff like that. White privilege, the privilege of being called a racist by people who see nothing else but your race. Yeah, they hate you. They want to take everything from you. They want your jobs. They want political positions. Get out of here. It's not like this was your country since the founding for hundreds of years. They don't care. But at the same time, all the stuff we're seeing on this huge racist shit, it's done by the same people. Like, whenever I see stuff from the root saying like all white people need to die or something, it's always by the same guy. It's the same people. It's like the leftists. I think there's only like a few hundred leftists. I'll take that back. Maybe like a few, like they're in the thousands or like very low millions, I think. But yeah, I think it's on both sides. It's like, far right, far left, low millions. You have the majority here. Moderates, because I walk around and you see all this, you see the left and the right fighting, and you just are like, you just think like, oh my God, like the world's going to blow up. And then you go outside and you talk to some people, or you go into a college class, and most people don't really care. They don't care. I've gotten into arguments in classes before, in non-political classes, and I did not get surrounded and mobbed. Most people just were like, oh, I don't want to talk about this, or they're just laughing about it. The teacher that got fired for saying seldom do blacks graduate in top of the class. Yeah, people care about feelings over facts, Even the left, they don't care about blacks. They don't care about any of these people. All they care about is, oh, you just offended them. They don't want to actually help these people. Ask black people, what did Obama do for you? They know straight up. They'll say he didn't do shit. They don't like Trump. They say we hate Trump. But they'll also say like, Obama wasn't our guy. That's what they'll say. Why? Because Obama didn't just give them all, positions of power. He was giving them as many jobs as he could through the government, things like that. But white privilege should be the new N-word. Well, here's how you make a word, how you turn it into an offensive word. Someone calls you a cracker, and you're walking around. White people need to go, what'd you just say? And then you start mobbing that person. That's how you do it. And then all of a sudden, once that happens enough, a certain group of people know, oh shit, if we say something, we're going to get beat down. And that's how you do it. It's how you train a dog too, right? Like if a dog keeps peeing everywhere, you discipline them, and every single time they do that, and you teach them the right way to do it, and then once they do the right thing, then you give them a treat, treat them good, and then that's usually how you discipline people. That's just discipline on a large scale. He wasn't black enough. Well, isn't that one of the things though? I mean, he was half white, half black, but people say he's the black president. That's kind of why, like the whole, when people talk about race mixing and things like that, it's just like they don't see themselves as white, like I mean, how many times like Obama was letting BLM in, and I feel like if you visually look black, which most half people do, they're just basically black because that's how they are visually. That's how people treat them. That's how, whether they're mixed or not. I mean, there's some people. I have a friend of mine named Jordan, and yeah, he's not into that kind of stuff. I'd say a majority of them are. Like, my examples are like Obama. You have Halle Berry. They're part white, part black, but they always go with the black part. Obama's family owned slaves in the past too. Yeah, so did Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper, his last name was Vanderbilt, and yeah, they made all their money off slaves. But he's gonna sit here and say, "Oh, white nationalists, whatever." The left want to keep people in general uneducated and government dependent. A modern day plantation. Yeah, when things are bad, the Democrats do well. When things are good, Republicans do well. So they know that they have to destroy everything for people to like them. Like everything they're doing. Like, let's look at Obamacare. Obamacare was making premiums and prices skyrocket. So they know that they have to destroy something, blame it on the other side, and then keep destroying it. And then they say, oh, look what Trump did. Obamacare. Oh, he destroyed everything. So just give us the power and we'll govern it. So it's all about destroying things and then blaming the other side. When people try to criticize it, say, oh, it's their fault somehow. And then the whole point of it is to get more big government. You say, hey, gotta give us more power. Hey, guns. Oh, gotta give us more power. Businesses. Oh, it's not working. Oh, gotta give us more power. That's how they fix everything, by just saying, give us more power. And at some point, they're going to have all the power. There goes all your rights. The minute the guns are gone, your rights are gone. Plain and simple. It's like having a law. But if you can't enforce the law, it doesn't matter. So if you have rights, but you have no way to enforce them, you don't have rights. Plain and simple. So that's how that's going to go. Let's see when my laptop's at. This thing tends to die quick when I'm live streaming. It says we have 36 people right here, but this thing never gets updated. So it never fluctuates, which sucks. Later, Dave and Goys. See ya, Bruno. Bruno's one of the good guys. Oh, if you want to shout out your channel, go ahead. As long as you're one of my buddies, you can shout it out. Yeah, join our Discord, guys. Thankfully, too many guns for them to take them all, at least for next 100 years. Yeah, it's too many guns. The minute you take away the guns, all of a sudden people are like, oh, damn, I can just, if I have a gun, then that means I'm way more powerful than most of the country now. And you just kick down a door, you got a gun. What are you going to do? You don't have a gun. You don't even have a dog. You got some rainy and you kick that thing and hits the ceiling or something. Rosie O'Donnell just subbed. Thank you. Actually, I don't think everyone's ever subbed when I was on the live stream like this. So that's the first time I ever saw the notification actually work. Smash the like button. Yeah, I think this is a good stream, I got this on. This is super comfortable. Omar gave it to me. Omar is a great person. If you guys can support Omar, go on omarnavarro.com. Send him a donation. He's a really good person. A lot of disgusting people are after him. A lot of disgusting people. I think for a second there was a guy in here. He's probably watching, probably lurking. He's got nothing better to do. You know, he hates me, hates Omar, and then you're like, oh, it's just politics. Really? You mean bad mouthing someone's wife, calling them whore and all these disgusting things? That's just politics, really? I know hundreds of years ago that it wouldn't be just politics. I'll tell you. We'd probably be having a duel. You know, we should bring duels back. That's something. If I was like emperor, I'd bring duels back. But it would have to be organized. You can't just start shooting. I don't want other people to get hit. Actually, I wouldn't even want duels. I'd want like a fist fight. So like if you had a sanctioned fist fight and you did it somewhere where you wouldn't be breaking stuff, then yeah, I'd totally support that. I'd be like, all right, two people are having want to have a brawl. Just everyone back up. If you break something, you buy it, kind of thing. Yes, reinstate dueling. I think so. For politicians, I'd say yeah. I say yeah. You know, if I want to see, dueling would be fine for politicians. I'd be fine with that because you know what? If you actually care what you're talking about, you should be willing to die for it. Chad Blankenship $4.99, I should say, super chat. Thank you, sir. You guys are way too kind. I wish maybe. I don't know how, I'm going to invest in a better speaker. I'm also going to do another live stream at some point with this just to make sure that this was the problem. And then I'll buy a new speaker. Hopefully it works because I've been wanting to do this for a while. Some IRL streams, I'll walk around, have a speaker, have it going. I got the idea from like Asian Andy way back. I went to TwitchCon. I met him there. Super nice guy. Sub to Asian Andy if you haven't. Really nice guy. He's right wing. Same thing with Ice Poseidon, but Asian Andy is our guy. Ice Poseidon, haven't met him yet. I saw him at a distance. I didn't want to leech or anything because he was streaming. Don't want to like shout my shit out. We get called a leech. I'm not that kind of person. I just see it as like, the stuff he does is fun. And he's a right wing guy. I want to be with my people. I see right wing people as my people. We're all healthy, clean people. We could all have discussions, that kind of thing. I want to be people with similar backgrounds. Was that case always on your iPhone? Is it covering up the mic? No, this has always been on it, white guy. But thanks for wondering about the Asian Andy, the new leader of the alt-right. Yes, guys. Let's make that something. Asian Andy is the leader of the alt-right. I know white guy, he's awesome with that stuff. Maybe we can make like a picture, like put Asian Andy's face on like Richard Spencer's body when he was doing like the hail thing with his drink, when he did that moment that everyone learned about Richard Spencer. Vikings death. I had to get back into Vikings. I wonder, I would get copyrighted though if I did. What if I did a reaction video to like Vikings? Yeah. If I had to do a reaction video, I'd probably do it to Dragon Ball Z Super. Press 1 if you like Dragon Ball Z. He needs a fast sheet cut. Fast sheet cuts are not what they're cut out to be. Because I had it and it screwed my hair up. I had to get another haircut just to fix it. The alt-right is dead. Yeah, it could be. Who knows? I'm so behind on Vikings. Yeah, I only watched like the first 2 seasons. We got to stop making fist fights so illegal. It has turned our country into a bunch of beta cucks. Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. If both people say they both want to have a fight, and if they have a fight, and if they break something, they have to pay for it. Dragon Ball Z was like 15 years too late for me. Your hair looks way too thick for a fashy cut. I had it. I did it for you guys. I did not want to do it, but I did it for you guys. I had a very good time. We had a cool little challenge, which I thought was fun. I think it was a barter trade. It wasn't shilling because I had to do something I didn't want to do, and it was fun. It was a cool challenge, And then I got the fashy cut. My hair grew back, so. Ever watched The Golden One? I have not watched him, but I know who you're talking about. He's a big dude. I wish I could get a lift in with him. I just need some guidance, but he's one of us. Yeah, he's one of us. Yeah, he seems like a good guy. I would like to meet him, get a chance to talk with him, not on stream. If Ashley look good on David, don't listen to the commies. I don't like it. That's my thing. I like having hair. Emily likes the way my hair usually is. So you got to do what your woman tells you. You don't want to look unattractive. I like being a attractive kind of guy. Ice is a cool artist. Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a little degenerate, but I think he's a good guy. He's got good intentions, and he's on our side. If we ever got into a war, he would have an axe, and he'd be hitting the other side. So Emily wears the pants in the relationship, doesn't she? I don't know where you could have gotten that idea from, Skinny. I don't know how. Alright, guys. So I had a great time with you guys as always. The battery on the laptop's at like 11%. If to anyone here, join the Discord. Michelle Elephant will be spamming it, and it's like right here. If you guys want to join the Discord, we have chats in there. You guys will get notifications when I'm going live. You can give me ideas for live streams, for cool stuff. If you have any ideas, you could talk to me directly on the Discord. We have a lot of good times, a lot of discussions, a lot of arguments, a lot of debates, a lot of drama. Arguments over dinosaurs. Just cool stuff. It's very fun. Yeah, so I'm going to get out of here. I did my stream as usual. Something pops up, I'll let you guys know. But it's today's the Sunday stream. So we'll see what there is for next week. If nothing happens, no matter what, I stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm trying to mix the time up because I want to feel what you guys want. So I'll have to look at the analytics to see how many people I get, usually at 2 to like later. But until then, join the Discord, and until then, let's all MAGA. And for all you guys, for all you Europeans out there, stay white, guys. All right. Thanks for watching.